a lot of times, I don't know if you've ever been to a museum. If you've ever been to a museum to see the paintings, when you're really up close on a painting, you can't get the full picture. It looks like a globby mess. It's not until you can step back that you can see the bigger picture. This relationship right here with this guy may seem like a globby mess. Up close, you just can't see it. God, what were you trying to show me? I just can't see it. It's not until you're able to take a step back you can see the bigger picture. There was something that you're supposed to learn from the situation. And what that guy told you may be true. It may be true. The timing may be off. You already said in the letter that you're busy with school and that's been your focus. You know, so maybe God's intention is for you to finish school first. And so that when you do get back with him, you're able to give him your complete focus. Only God knows that. I would say that you continue to pray about your situation and ask God, what were you supposed to learn? Instead of asking God, why did this happen to me? Ask God, what was this here to teach me? What did you want me to learn from this? People are always asking, why me? Why not you? There's something that God is preparing you for. No matter how, I'm about to preach. No matter how tough things are, bad breakups, losing your job, losing your home, losing things, God is always preparing you for something. He would never allow it. God, the devil comes to kill, to steal, and destroy. So if something has been destroyed or just stolen from you, know that that's not God, but he will allow it. God comes so that you may have Jesus came so you may have everlasting life. God will allow it to teach you something, to get you to that next level. It may elevate your faith. It may elevate your confidence. There's something that you're supposed to learn from that. So I wanted to do this because some of you out there may be going through a similar situation and you don't understand why me? Why not you? There is something to this. Somehow, some way, when you're able to really take a good step back and look at your situation, you will see the bigger picture and what God had intended. He knows he can have you anytime he wants you. That virginity thing that you got going on is the sexiest thing about you. He don't want you. He wants that virginity. Because if he wanted you, he would have made you his girl way before this next girl and this next girl. You're sitting there watching the revolving door of women come and go, and you wondering, when is it going to be your turn? This ain't no merry-go-round. You don't wait on your turn to ride this ride. What is so special about him and his family? Girl, please, acting like he's some kind of prize, talking about the battle is not lost. Like you're trying to give you some hope. Hope for this? He is no prize. If you win this dude, you won't win a prize. This is the booby prize. This is what's behind door number 2. This is not what's in the $1 million case. This isn't the new Jaguar. This right here is a year's supply of soap. He is a year's supply of toothpaste. That's what he is. That's the kind of prize that he is, in my opinion. What I think you should do is work on yourself. Just because you've met somebody's mother and, their sister and even, their son doesn't mean that you are more than he has introduced you to be. You didn't say he introduced you as his girlfriend, as anything. He could have just told them, this is my friend so-and-so, and here you are thinking that is special. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm keeping it real. Meeting the parents does not mean a lot to every man. Some men do take it seriously, and some men let everybody and anybody meet the parents. So don't think that makes you special. How he treats you, especially how he introduces you, is a huge sign for what you really are to him. I have a family friend who brings a different chick to every single function. If we get together for Thanksgiving, it's a new girl. Christmas, new girl. Birthday party, new girl. Like there's a new girl every time, and she's smiling and looking like, girl, I done made it. Look, I'm meeting the family. Hi, I'm so and so. And it's like, girl, do you have any idea how many chicks we meet? He has to introduce us every single time. And so I wanted to say that for a lot of you young people, don't read anything into that. He's not saying, this is my girl, this is my fiance. He'd be like, hey, yo, I want y'all to meet so-and-so. No title at all. So who's the priority here? The ex or the next? I don't get it. I don't get it. And how everybody just does whatever they want to do in your house. I don't play that. BG don't play that, not in my house. If we're in your house, I follow your rules. You're in charge. You are the queen of your own castle. But when you come over here and you're in my house, it's my way. I'm the queen of this castle. Nothing comes, goes, none of that unless I approve. This is my house. And I just can't believe that everybody just ignores whatever you have to say. Nope, you said you feel like nobody is listening to you. Make them listen. Talk louder. Pray about it. And definitely you have to pull your husband to the side and tell him how this is making you feel. Because if you don't put your foot down now after a year, it's going to be 20 years from now, if you even make it that long, with them not listening to you. You're going to end up you already raising 2 of the kids for the ex. You're going to end up raising all of her children. And if she mess around and get pregnant again, they're going to give that one to you too. You don't see where this is going? She don't seem to have no problem giving her kids away. That's not right. She needs to be a grown-up and take care of her own responsibilities. That's not even his child and he's taking care of it. Like, to some extent, that's kind of sweet, that he, is a decent person and feels that he has enough love in his heart to take care of all of these children. But that's not your responsibility. You guys already have a full plate with 2 of his children and his mother. Who signed up for this 3rd child that's not even his kid? That's just too much. He's not even asking too much because he didn't ask you. He's doing too much. Okay. First of all, number one, why are you sleeping with both? There is nothing wrong with a woman dating more than one man. My father, my own daddy, told me that there's nothing wrong with a woman dating more than one man. As long as you're not sleeping with them, then it's still classy and dignified. But you're sleeping with both of them, you're setting yourself up for failure because you don't play with men's emotions and you're playing with 2 men's emotions. You're talking about your heart is being messed up. I think their heart would be messed up if they knew that that's what you were doing. If they both care enough about you to be speaking marriage with you and you're sleeping with 2 of them behind their back, I think you're playing with fire there. I think you need to make your decision immediately and stop being intimate with both of these men, okay? That's the kind of stuff that ends you up on a show like Maury, talking about who's the father. I'm just keeping it real. I hope that you're being safe. You talk about how intelligent you are and you have all these degrees. I hope that you're being smart enough to protect yourself because this is troublesome. Okay, I don't think that don't carry yourself like this. Don't do that. It's too dangerous in this day and time to be doing that. But beyond that, besides that, you need to decide what you want out of life. And if neither of these guys are it, let them both go. One don't have enough money, and then this one has enough money, but you don't want to be seen with him. And you let the man. You said you didn't. Why you let the man tattoo your name on his back? You said I tried to tell him not to. I bet if you told that man that you were seeing somebody else, he wouldn't have done it. You was playing the faithful girlfriend, holding his hand probably while he got tatted up, knowing good and well you were sleeping with somebody else. You could have stopped that man from doing that. You playing games and it's dangerous. You should tell him, don't even call me until you finish cleaning this situation up, because this is messy. Okay, you don't need to be dating. If he's gonna get with his friend in January and they're gonna get a place together and he's gonna get separated, that's cool. But you shouldn't be dating separated men either, because separated is not equal divorce. What is going on with people acting like separated equals divorce? It's not. He's still married to that woman. He still has vows that he needs to uphold with that woman. You don't need to get involved. If you want God to ever bless the union between you and him, do it in a clean, respectful, classy way. So you know what? I'm not saying you're not the right person for me, even though I'm gonna give you the side eye on that. What I'm saying is, if you want God to bless it, don't do it in a respectful way, because God don't bless no mess. So if you're getting involved with this married man, separated or not, I just don't see how your union will be a profitable, prosperous one. What I say for you is, this man is obviously a liar. I don't see how that is attractive. That's the thing. As soon as he told me that he used this woman for a green card, I would have been like, oh, so you was a user? I don't have time for that. I ain't got time for that. But for real, I don't mean to make jokes, but for real, you got this what you want? You want a liar who lies to women when it's convenient, who doesn't have a problem breaking his vows to get with other women. Do you think you're the first woman? If he's traveling 9 months out of the year, you don't think that maybe along the way he might have met another nice girl like you? He'll keep trying that line till it works on some woman. And you might be the woman it works on. Girl, don't let him experiment with you. Don't let him use you. Don't you be another one of these women that he's using. If you think that he may be the one, if you think that he has potential, if you think that there's something there, then make sure that you do it in a respectful way. Tell him, I don't feel comfortable talking to a married or separated men. Don't talk to me until you're divorced. And even when you are divorced, I'm going to need to see those papers. Because this man doesn't have any problem lying to women. So what makes you think? It's what bothers me is when women act like, oh, but it's different for me. It's not different for you, baby. You're just the same as any one of these other women. He probably has used that line before, will use that line. 4 kids later, you said they've been married for 7 years? You think you're the first one? He's already been separated from her for a year and a half. You think you're the first one that he's talked to in a year and a half? Girl, please. Please. What I think that you're doing, I think you're going to get used and you're going to get caught up in a situation that you didn't want to get caught up in. I think that you need to eliminate yourself from the situation as soon as possible because this isn't going to end good for you. This is not how fairy tales begin. Okay, let me put it that way. I'm going to say it again. This right here is not how fairy tales begin. A fairy tale like this doesn't, I don't see happy ending in this particular situation. A man with 4 kids, married her for a green card, living with her because he needs a place to stay, still living with her, gets with you. Like, what part of that story sounds like, let me just say this really quickly. I talked about this before. I heard Bill Cosby say it one time in an episode of The Cosby Show when he was talking about somebody being presented with a steak. And the steak is just this delicious porterhouse steak, juicy. I like my steak medium well. You like what you like. I like my steak medium well. Loaded baked potato. No pork, but loaded baked potato. The butter, the cheese, sour cream. Sprinkle a little turkey bacon on there if you funky like that. Just beautiful. But somebody gives that to you on a garbage can lid. It's less attractive, right? This man, to me, is being presented on a garbage can lid. Less attractive. About that, my camera was about to die. But my main thing is that I always say how you get them is how you keep them. And, I think that what you're doing is disrespectful to his wife as well. Because what if you were his wife and while he was still living with you, he was having a relationship or carrying on a relationship with somebody else? You wouldn't want somebody to be doing that to you, knowing about you and still dating your husband. So why would you want to date somebody else's husband? It just, like I said, you have to consider that in mind because whether you believe in God, whether you believe in karma, it's not good business to do dirt like this because that's going to come back to you. Whether you believe in God or karma or whatever else or the law of reciprocity, what you put out is what you give in. It's what you get back. So I wouldn't want that I wouldn't want that on me. I would want to do it in a classy way. In a respectful way. It's more ladylike to say, you know what, I'm a lady, and a lady like myself does not share a man. When you guys are completely done, then maybe we can talk. But I don't believe in sharing men. That's ladylike. That's respectable.